In this video, we will understand how sales transactions can be done in Elixire. To understand that, first understand the sales screen. This is the sales screen in Elixire. It has two sections, left section and the right section. In the left section, sales transactions are done. In the right sections, by default, it shows all the transactions done on that particular day. It has a calendar icon through which you can see the transactions of the past as well. You can go to any month and see the transaction done on that day. What it also does is basically you can see that particular transaction and print the invoice if a customer demands to get an invoice for a old transaction. You can print it, you can send on WhatsApp, you can create a PDF of that invoice and share with the customer. Similarly, it has revenue as well as collection. Now, difference between revenue and collection is this: revenue is the sales done for the day. It doesn't matter whether the money has been received for that sale or not, but items worth that value has been sold on that day. Collection is basically how much money has been received against the sales done. So, with this differentiation, pharmacies would be able to exactly see what is the real sale and what is the inflow of money. You can refresh the right hand side and left hand side separately. Let's come back to today's day. Now let's try and do one sale in Elixire. Let's say customer want to buy Rebasic DSR. As soon as you started typing, Elixir started showing you all the options matching with that word you entered in that cell. It is showing various options where Rebasic DSR is matching. Rebasic DSR is the number one. Then Rebasic LS, Rebermac DSR, and so on and so on and so on. In this case, let's say customer wants to buy Rebasic DSR. We enter Rebasic DSR. Now it's showing all the batches of Rebasic DSR available with the store. By default, Elixire shows that batch first, which has expiry in the nearest future. So Elixir will always help pharmacies manage inventory with respect to the expiry. The medicines, the inventory which are getting expired earlier would be sold first. But if pharmacists want to sell any other inventory, they have option to choose a different inventory also. When we selected this SKU to sell, on the right hand side the screen got changed, and in the top it is showing all the inventory various batches available for Rebasic DSR. At the bottom, all the alternatives of Rebasic DSR are also being shown. Here you can see there are a couple of icons which are highlighted in green color, and there are others which are in gray color. The first icon highlights if selling that particular alternative is more profitable for the pharmacist as compared to the medicine is being asked for. The second icon shows if it would be cheaper for customer to purchase that alternative. The third icon shows if the inventory is available with the store, and the fourth icon shows if the alternative is going to expire in next few months. With this information available on this screen itself, pharmacist can push out those inventories which are going to expire soon, and if they are cheaper for customer to buy, it would be easier to convince customers to buy that alternative. With alternatives being shown in this way, store owners and the pharmacists can also ensure that there are bare minimum number of customers who are returning because they don't have that medicine or an alternative for the medicine which is being asked. Let's say customer wants to buy two quantity of Lemasic DSR. As soon as 2 is entered, it calculated what is the amount customer is supposed to pay. By default, it is giving discount of almost 10%, but the cashier has the option to change the discount and the amount will get changed automatically. If customer wants to return something, then the return transaction can also be done in the same screen. In Elixire, you don't need to go to different screen to do the return transactions. However, since return is being done by a specific customer, we need to identify the customer first. So let's say this is the customer who wants to return something. We have identified the customer. Now we can use Ctrl plus R to mark that row as a return row, or press this icon to mark that particular row as a return row. Let's say customer wants to return AMLO press 5. Again, Elixir started showing all the SKUs or the medicines which is starting with AMLO press. We will go to AMLO press 5, enter. If the customer has bought this particular product from the store, it will give you all the batches customer has bought. What this feature does is basically your customer doesn't need to carry the invoices with them. They just need to carry the product. You can match the batch number of the product, the inventory being brought by the customer from the list being shown on the screen. If it matches with your batch, you know that the customer has bought that medicine from your store only. You can accept the return easily. If the batch doesn't match, it means that medicine has not been bought from your store, and customer might have been confused in terms of if they have bought from your store. Again, as soon as we enter the quantity, the return amount has been calculated and the total amount being shown at the bottom is net of both the products. It also offers a preview option, but before preview you need to add the payment details, how customer is going to make the payment. So customer can make payment, let's say in terms of UPI or combination of two payment modes. But if you try and enter more amount than needed from the customer, it will show you the error. If you enter lesser amount also, then it will also show a balance, and if you try to submit it, it won't let you submit it. So you need to enter exact amount which customer needs to pay. However, if customer is not making full payment, you have option to put rest of the money in credit. So this will add into customer's ledger, and next time when customer makes the payment, you would be able to settle this amount. Now you can see the preview also. So there are two invoices or two slips. One is the GST invoice for the product being sold, and one is the return slip for the product being returned. You can access both of them separately. Again, take the printout, share with the customer. There's the return slip. Once you submit, this transaction will get submitted. At the bottom, you also see there's a plus sign and there are two tabs. Elixir provides this facility where Single cashier can manage multiple customers. You can do parallel billings for multiple customers. At times, in a practical scenarios, we have seen that few customers are looking at the products and there's another customer who wants to get the billing done. So in parallel, Elixir allows to create multiple bills. This is another very unique feature which is very useful for the pharmacist and pharmacies. On the sales screen itself, new customers can also be added in the Elixir. When you enter the number of customer to bill him or her, if the customer is the new customer for your store, Elixir will give you this form to register the customer. You can enter the customer's name here, customer's age here, gender, address if in case you are providing the home deliveries, this would be very useful, and submit it. As soon as you submit it, this customer will be added to your records. Next time when this customer comes and you enter the number of the customer, the details of the customer would be fetched automatically. So that way Elixir allows you to keep record of all your customers. Thank you so much for watching it. If you have any feedback, please share in comment section. If you think Elixir can help anyone, any pharmacies near your area, please refer these videos to them.